on National Day, Danny, but we got round the first circuit and then fell at the second fence.
Yeah, the first half I don't think there was a lot in the game, to be honest with you. Dubious goal for them that seems offside, and second half, yes, the boys to try and play forward more, play forward quicker, and that's it. The second half it became a real men v boys showing, should we say?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Marine do anything out of the ordinary. They're very, very good at doing the basic things in football right.
Yeah.
They organise,
defend well,
attack well, keep the ball simple, and like I say, I think in the first half, whenever we got our foot on the ball and actually played with a little bit of composure, we showed that we could get into good areas, but then it was just again, we're not really creating anything.
We felt we were just getting into the game, and they probably scored against the run of play, the first one.
Yeah, I felt like that was the time where we were having a little bit of joy. We were getting the ball from side to side, getting into wide areas, and then we just, the boys are low in confidence. There's no hiding that. You can see that. Results like it is now, the boys are low in confidence, and there's no one really taking the game by the scruff of the neck and trying to impose themselves on it. They're almost looking for someone else to do it, and they'll go with them. So again, I can understand that, they're low in confidence, but the second half, the basics of football, things we speak about, and we don't do it, and you get punished by a very good Marine team.
Obviously the penalty and eventually the sending off. I don't think we were even in contention at that stage. We felt a bit flat second half, would you agree?
Yeah, like I say, it's the second goal, obviously the penalty. I don't know for definite, but Scotty Al was warming up at the time, and Scotty Al seems to think that he was offside during the build-up, so and not even close. Again, I don't know. I'll have to have a look at it back, but it seemed flat in the second half, which again really, really surprised me.
If that was the case, you know, we have got you know, grounds for complaint. But
there is, but the better team won today. There's no hiding that. Marine were far more effective than us today,
and then a sad moment for Connor.
Yeah, look, I'm gutted for Connor, but again, there's many times in games where I've wanted to kind of, when you go through bad times like this, that you want to kind of go and leave a mark and do things, and you've just got to be controlled of it, and especially when he's been.
Why has he reacted like that? Does he feel as though, I mean, there's no argument about the red card, I think Connor will admit that himself, but he seemed to be retaliated upon by 2 or 3 in blue shirts.
Yeah, I think for me, the first tackle, it's a good tackle. He's not going to beat the lad in the race. He's got to take the yellow card, which he's done. The reaction from a couple of their players, again, he's done well probably not to react and get another yellow card straight away. So, look, I don't think we can have any complaints with Connor's red card. It is what it is. But Connor's a leader, he's always been a leader for me. I'm disappointed that it's happened. But again, probably a bit of frustration from Connor that's made him go into them 2 tackles in the way he has. The first one's a tactical foul, he takes the yellow card and moves on, but you can't then go and jump into the tackle less than 2 or 3 minutes later. Connor's got to know better than that, but again, he's a player that obviously, you know what I think of him, Steve. He's been fantastic for me, and
been fantastic for this club, and you know, it's a pity that, you know, in his penultimate home game that happens. But
yeah, but again, Connor won't be remembered for that. Connor will be remembered for everything he's done for this football club.
Exactly.
I think that's something there's a few comments flying around when I've been walking away from games and at stadiums and even going into the bar and things like that we're being questioned at the moment. Look, there's been a turning point in this season. I know what that is. I'm not going to go into it. I know what the turning point in this season was. But our remit as a group, our remit as staff, keep the team in this division. Now, you ask any newly promoted team if they're happy to be in that division again, then there would be. Now, we've done our job. Now it's a case of making sure that it's hard when you've got players that are playing through injuries, they're playing through lack of confidence, they're playing through loads of different things, and at the moment we're just going through one of them times at the moment. Now, what I don't want is for this group of players to be kind of labelled as a failure because we're having a really bad run towards the end of the season. These players have been successful. They've kept us in this division, and that in any walk of life, if you get promoted and go into the next division up and you can go and stay safe, that's job done. Now look, none of these players or myself are sitting there at the start of the season saying if we finish 1 point outside the relegation zone, that's a job done. We're not like that.
No,
now look, things and circumstances have changed, and we've come into this run of games now really light on the ground and threadbare with players and lads carrying injuries and knocks. Jordan and Little's complained of a chest infection today because he didn't want to let the boys down. So look, for me, I just don't want this group of players to be left or labelled with because we're going falling short at the end of this season and people forgetting what they've done at the start of the season because we've kept this football club in this division, giving the new manager a platform to then go and build on it. Now, if he goes and does it, absolutely tremendous. But again, this league isn't getting any easier next season.
No. You lost Connor, and I'm always looking for positives, and there were some positive performances. I think Caden Casson and Riggy and probably Sam and one or two others. I think they kept going to the end, which says a lot for the character.
They did, yeah. Look, I've never ever labelled this group anything other than sort of positive, whether that was last season or this season. And there is loads of positives in this group, I know that, and it's hard on days like today to go and try and take any sort of positives. 3-0, it looks like a walk in the park for them, but for 55-60 minutes there was nothing in the game, and I genuinely believe if we'd have got the next goal at 1-0, Marine could have wobbled, but that's all ifs and buts. We've got to be better. We've got to stand up and be counted. I don't know if you said there, I think I've had 3 or 4 players that have today. I thought Cass, Riggy, Sam Smith especially, I thought the 3 of them were tremendous. But there's got to be more. We can't just look at other people and hope they do it. There's got to be a mentality of I'm going to be the one that does it.
Well, the last 10 minutes, I mean, every blue shirt wanted it and we probably didn't.
Look, it's here. Look, you can put the worst players on a pitch when you're 3-0 up against 10 men. Everyone wants the ball. That's the easiest time to play football. But like I say,
what about availability for next week?
Well, look, we've lost Connor. Brad Hubble's he is out for the season with his calf. Young Sam Herrington's come off with a thigh strain today. Bobby Carroll's coming in after the game with an issue with his hamstring.
Right,
Roxburgh's carrying an injury to his ankle. So again, there's no hiding it. We're down to the bare bones, and you don't get a much tougher place to go to than Macclesfield. But look, we'll pick a team. We'll go down there. Obviously, we'll be well backed from the fans travelling down as we always are, and we'll try and give them something to have a little cheer about.
Danny, a tough afternoon. Thanks for facing the camera.
Cheers, Steve.